CGCP 2976 by Chestatica. White has a pair of rooks, a pair of knights and a bishop. All black has is a bishop and a pawn. White is significantly ahead in material. It seems like the obvious thing to do here would be to capture this pawn with check. King to c5, knight to b3 check, king to b6, knight to d8. Black can only delay, bishop to g7 check. Rook captures that pesky bishop. King to a6, bishop to f1 check, king back to b6, and rook to f6 mate. On the sixth move, as you might have guessed, is that the best way to proceed? No, it is not. And here's why. So the engines tell us that there's so many mates in 6, but only one mate in 4. And that starts with rook to c4. Okay, the threat here is basically bishop to g2 checkmate. So for instance, if bishop to b2, bishop to g2 mates, or even rook captures pawn with mate. If bishop to g7 check, trying to buy time, the king can capture the bishop or not capture it, and then the threat as before, bishop to g2 or rook captures pawn with mate is still there. So the best thing for black to do in this position is to capture this knight. Notice how the rook on c4 is now vulnerable. The king can capture it. No problem. White saw this. Knight to e5. The other knight swoops in and defends that rook. But now the forced mate is not as clear as it was. So for example, if bishop to c3, well then bishop to g2 check, the king moves to d6, and then knight to f7 mates. What if d6? Well then bishop to g2 mates immediately. Bishop to b4, same thing. Bishop to g2 check, king to d6, and knight to f7 mates. Looking back at the original position, do you think you would have spotted this move, knowing that black could play this? If so, you're probably a better player than you think. Until the next one.